You've saved, invested, and worked hard your entire life. But what if I told you the biggest threat to your retirement isn't your account balance, it's the risks you haven't planned for? Because retirement isn't just about growing your money, it's about safeguarding it from the unexpected. And too often people with enough end up running out early, not because of bad luck, but because of bad planning. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 big financial risks that can derail your retirement, and I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid them. These are the same risks I help my clients at 2020 Financial Group prepare for, so that when they stop working, they stay retired with confidence and control. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Dan Shevlin. I'm the president of 2020 Financial Group. For years, I've helped individuals and families create retirement plans that don't just look good on paper, but actually hold up in real life, even when things don't go exactly as expected. Because the truth is, retirement is full of curveballs. But if you understand the risk ahead of time, you can build a plan that's resilient, not just optimistic. Let's get into the 7 major threats to your retirement and how to structure your plan starting today. Number 1, longevity risk. Outliving your money. Let's start with what might be the most underestimated risk in retirement: living longer than you planned for. Now, on the surface, that doesn't sound like a problem. Living a long life is a blessing, right? But financially, longevity is a risk multiplier. The longer you live, the more you are likely to face market downturns, inflation, unexpected healthcare costs, and rising living costs. And if your retirement plan only accounts for 20 years, but your retirement lasts for 30 or more, that gap can become financially devastating. Let's break it down. If you retire at 65, there's a 50% chance that at least one spouse in a married couple will live past age 90. That's according to the Social Security Administration's 2023 period life table. That means your retirement could last 25 to 30 years or more. Yet many people base their retirement planning around an outdated idea. I'll probably only need 20 years. I'll spend less as I get older. Or my parents didn't live that long. But here's what I always remind clients. You don't want to be average. You want to be prepared, because the moment you outlive your money, your options shrink drastically. You go from financial independence to financial dependence, from freedom and choices to restrictions and stress. Here's 4 smart strategies I often walk clients through. Run your retirement plan to age 95 or 100. Planning for a longer lifespan assures that your assets stretch further and you don't cut it too close. Use conservative withdrawal rates. A 4% withdrawal rate is a good starting point, but many need to be lower if you retire early or have fewer guaranteed income sources. Consider guaranteed income tools. Some people explore annuities that offer lifetime income streams, reducing the pressure on your investment accounts. Guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Use a bucketing strategy. This means separating short-term, mid-term, and long-term income sources so that you're not pulling from growth assets during market downturns. The point here isn't to be fearful, it's to be forward-thinking. Living longer is a gift, but only if your money is built to last as long as you do. Number 2, market risk. Retiring into a down market. Let's talk about timing and why when you retire can be just as important as how much you retire with. Imagine this. You just retired. You're feeling good. You've saved up over the years, and now it's finally time to start drawing income. But then the market drops 20%. That's called sequence of return risk, and it's one of the more dangerous financial risks in retirement. Here's why. When you're still working, a down market means you're buying more shares over time. You're contributing while prices are low. That's a good thing. But once you start withdrawing from your portfolio, the exact opposite happens. You're selling shares to generate income while prices are down. That means you're locking in those losses and depleting your nest egg faster and leaving less money behind to recover when the market bounces back. And if those losses happen early in retirement, it can dramatically shorten the lifespan of your portfolio, even if the market eventually recovers. So what do wealthy, well-advised retirees do to manage that risk? They plan before the market drops. Here's how. They keep 1 or 2 years of living expenses in cash or liquid low-risk investments. This acts as a buffer so they don't have to sell from their portfolio during a downturn. They build income buckets, short-term cash, intermediate-term bonds or conservative investments, and long-term growth as well. That way, only the long-term growth money is exposed to market risk. They also structure withdrawals with flexibility, dialing back lifestyle expenses slightly during poor market years and ramping them up when returns are strong. And in some cases, they may supplement early retirement income with guaranteed sources like annuities, pensions, or part-time work. This is to reduce the need for portfolio withdrawals in volatile years. The key isn't to avoid market exposure altogether. It's to avoid being forced to sell at the wrong time. Markets go up and down, that's inevitable. But if you build flexibility into your income strategy, you won't need to panic every time the market makes a move. Number 3, inflation risk, the silent wealth killer. Inflation may not make headlines every day, but over time it quietly erodes your purchasing power. Think about this. If inflation averages just 3% annually, something that costs $50,000 today could cost over $90,000 in 20 years. That's nearly double just to maintain the same lifestyle. Now, if you're in your 60s and you're planning for a 25 to 30-year retirement, that's a serious concern. Yet many retirees underestimate the long-term impact of rising prices, especially if their retirement sources are not designed to keep up with inflation. Here's where it shows up. Healthcare premiums, rising faster than in general inflation. Food, gas, utilities steadily creeping up. Travel and leisure cost increasing, especially during peak demand years. Fixed pensions or annuity incomes don't increase over time in most cases. And if your income stays flat while everything else goes up, you're slowly losing financial flexibility every single year. So how do you stay ahead of inflation in retirement? Here are a few strategies. Keep part of your portfolio in growth-oriented investments. Stocks have historically outpaced inflation over the long run. You don't want to be 100% conservative even in retirement. All performance referenced is historical and is no guarantee of future results. Consider inflation-adjusted income tools. Some annuities and pensions offer cost of living adjustments called COLAs, though they may come with some trade-offs. Use TIPS, Treasury inflation-protected securities, or similar inflation-protected bonds to hedge part of your fixed income exposure. Revisit your spending plan every 1 or 2 years. A static plan may not keep up. Adjust based on real-world cost. And one more tip. If you're planning to spend more in your early retirement years on travel, lifestyle, or family, don't underestimate how inflation can magnify those costs over time. Inflation might be silent, but it's relentless. Smart retirees build their plan to grow with it, not fall behind it. Number 4, healthcare and long-term care costs. Healthcare costs can derail an otherwise solid retirement. Many people underestimate how much they'll need, especially if they retire before Medicare eligibility at age 65, or if long-term care is needed later in life. The mistake is assuming Medicare will cover everything. It won't. The solution is to budget $5,000 to $7,000 per year per person for medical costs. Max out your health savings accounts during working years and consider long-term care insurance or hybrid life plus long-term care policies. Plan ahead for Medicare premiums, out-of-pocket expenses, and IRMAA surcharges. Number 5, tax risk. Paying more than you should. You might be in a lower tax bracket in retirement, but not always. Required minimum distributions, RMDs, Social Security taxation, and Medicare premiums can push you into a higher tax bracket than you expect. The mistake is waiting until retirement to think about taxes. The solution? Do Roth conversions in early income years, typically early retirement. Traditional IRA owners have considerations to make before performing a Roth IRA conversion. These primarily include income consequences on the converted amount in the year of the conversion, withdrawal limitations from a Roth IRA, and the income limitations for future contributions to a Roth IRA. In addition, if you are required to take a required minimum distribution RMD in the year you convert, you must do so before converting to a Roth IRA. Withdrawals from taxable, tax-deferred, and tax-free accounts need to be in the right order. Plan your RMDs before age 73 and work with an advisor to build a multi-year tax-efficient withdrawal strategy. Number 6, overspending risk. losing control of lifestyle cost. Most people underestimate what they'll spend in retirement, especially early on. The first 5-10 years are often the most active, with travel, hobbies, home upgrades, and more. Without a plan, it's easy to overspend early and jeopardize long-term confidence. The mistake is believing you'll spend less in retirement by default. The solution is to actually track what you're actually spending now and project it realistically. Use a flexible withdrawal strategy like a guardrails method. Separate essential expenses from lifestyle expenses and plan for periodic splurges, but build them into the budget. Finally, number 7, lack of a plan. Guessing your way through retirement. Finally, the biggest risk isn't any of the ones above. It's going to actually be retiring without a real plan. The mistake here is thinking your retirement will just work itself out as long as you have the 401k. The solution is to build a comprehensive plan that includes an income strategy, a tax strategy, healthcare planning, estate planning, contingency plans for life events. Work with an individual who stress tests your plan for all the risks we just covered. Retirement isn't just about having enough, it's about keeping enough. And the best way to do this is by understanding the risks that can chip away at your wealth and build a plan to avoid them. If you want to make sure your retirement plan is well managed, not just market proof, book a call with me using the link in the description below. We'll walk through your numbers, your goals, and your current strategy. And we'll show you how to strengthen your plan against the 7 big retirement risks. This is your future. Let's help you safeguard it.